Hi, welcome to the channel. There's loads of long videos about the new Ad Mech Codex. I've watched loads of them, so I can bring you everything you need to know in under 5 minutes. Some things of note. There's more synergy and interesting playstyles now, but the faction isn't big damage dealer like it was in 9th. Points in the Codex can be ignored. The Doom Rider now gives the squad reroll wounds when they target the same unit on disembarking. Have a Marshal in that squad and you have reroll hits as well. The transport also has a good amount of shooting itself, but has lost the assault ramp. Castellan robots no longer have the infantry keyword with the Datasmith. This avoids falling foul of the anti-infantry rules. Onager Dune Crawlers have a 4+ Invuln Aura now, and have it with an engine sear, giving it a 5+ Feel No Pain. Infiltrators trigger battle shock tests and a -1 to leadership nearby, up to -2 leadership if they're also near troops. Unfortunately, Skitarii troops are still poor, and Belisarius Call has lost his stealth aura for just a cover aura. Pretty poor character now. The general faction rules. You select one of 2 buffs at the start of the battle round. Everything gains heavy and +1 AP if you're shooting from your deployment zone, or everything gains assault and you get +1 AP against targets in your opponent's deployment zone. The index detachment has changed quite a bit. The Skitarii Hunter cohort looks good and is potentially the strongest. Rad-Zone Corp and Explorator Manipul are pretty good also, but the Cohort Cybernetica is rubbish. The Rad-Zone Corp. The Rad bombing rule has been improved. You can deal damage and battle shock to everything in your opponent's deployment zone. This continues after the first battle round, but with less damage, 1 mortal wound and a battle shock test per unit. With some good enhancements, you can extend the range of the bombardment by 6 inches outside the deployment zone, and you can give a unit stealth. A lot of the strats have an ability to splash between a battle line unit and another one that's nearby, which is nice. You can also advance 6, or a 2 CP 4+ Invuln, which seems expensive, but it can splash onto 2 units. The Datasarm Conclave. This focuses on Cult Mechanicus units. You choose one of 2 buffs. At half range you get +1 AP, or in melee you get +1 strength and attacks on the charge. So stick a Cult Mechanicus character in a unit and you can get these. Some good enhancements. Get better leadership and you can unbattle shock a unit nearby. You can use the other detachment rule you didn't pick in addition, and you've got Fight First. Have a Tech Priest in a Breacher unit. Some of the best strats, you can deal mortal wounds and splash damage when shooting, get +1 to wound in melee, and a 4+ Invuln for 1 CP. Skitarii Hunter Cohort. Probably the strongest detachment and is around Skitarii base units. Basically all these units gain stealth, and against enemies that are over 12 inches away, also gain cover. The enhancements are all really good. You can gain both faction buffs, that's heavy and assault. A unit can gain infiltrate and scout 6. You can redeploy Skitarii infantry units, that's after you know whose first turn it is. And you've got fire and fade. Again, there's loads of really good strats. A 5+ Feel No Pain, advance and charge, +1 to wound, 1 CP to be a lone operative, and remove up to 2 units into strategic reserves. There's so much to play with here. Explorator Manipul. Pick an objective per turn. If you or your target is within range of that objective, then you get +1 to wound. For the best enhancements, you get a 4+ CP regen if you're near that special objective, a 4+ Invuln when you're near the objective, or a +1 to hit against units on that objective. Again, loads of good strats here. If you die on an objective, you can make it sticky. This feels very World Eaters. For a CP, you can add a second objective into your special buffs. This will get spammed every turn. 2 CP for +1 to wound for ranged. If you couple that with leaving a Doom Rider for reroll wounds as well. And it's a battle tactic, so you can get it for free. And the last one is you can gain stealth and cover for 2 units within 6 of each other. That's good for 1 CP. The Cohort Cybernetica, definitely the worst one. Your robots gain access to the Doctrina Imperatives of the main faction. They normally don't. The enhancements are actually a little underwhelming. There's only really one, the Necromechanic, and this lets you change damage to a 0 once per turn. All the strats are played in the command phase and not that great, and there's nothing reactive. You can get 3+ ballistic skill and ignore cover against a unit on an objective, and it is a battle tactic, or you can fall back and shoot. So overall, again, not a massively high-powered codex, which is actually quite good for the balance of the overall game. It might even tempt my Ad Mech back out of storage. See you again soon. Bye!